Hi, I'm Kyle, and for my sport, for the flexibility project, I'm going to be demonstrating Taekwondo. It's a Korean martial art, and it's also a recognized sport by the Olympic Committee. There's a few things that we do here. It's almost the same as any other sports. There's a warm-up period, there's a stretching period, a workout, and then our cool down. And I'm going to take you and show you the experience we do in Taekwondo. Now, as an instructor here, I make sure that the kids I teach, they have a good warm-up. So the first warm-up we do is jumping jacks. So we're going to do our basic jumping jacks. From here, we're going to go up, down, clap, and that's 1. From here, 2, 3, 4. But it's not as simple as that. I make them do at least 25 to make sure their blood's flowing. After they do 25, we're going to move straight into our next warm-up, which is high knees. You're going to bring your knees up. Where this belt is around my waist, you're going to bring your knees above that belt. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I make sure they do 50 of that. This isn't an easy sport, so I try to make sure that they have a good hard workout. But the warm-up isn't fast, it isn't long, it's very moderate speed, and it's an easy tempo, so that way the warm-up is to increase blood flow, and it's to help heat up the muscles, so that way it prevents tearing when you're stretching. So after we do high knees, we go to our second to last warm-up, which is what I like to call low roundhouse kicks. All you're going to do is just extend your leg where your knee is, where your knee level is, and you're just going to switch here, 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 here. It kind of looks like a little dance, but this is low roundhouse kick. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 50 of these. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 50. And after that, we take them on a little jog. The practice area is kind of small, so we do 10 laps, and that's equivalent to about 400 meters, which is 1 lap around a track field. So I'm going to do 1 lap, or 10 laps. Alright, I just finished my 10 laps. Right after that, we go straight into stretching. Now the first stretch that we do is what we call knee bends. From here, we're just going to bend our knees straight down like we're doing a squat and come back up. And we're going to do this for 10 seconds from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10, and that's done. That helps create some movement in our knees, gets it a little warmed up. So to say, it helps stretch the patella. From here, next stretch, we're going to do hip rotations. From here, we're going to just swing our hips all the way around for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right when we hit 5, we're going to alternate sides. This stretches out the hip flexors, the obliques, the adductors. This stretches out this whole hip area because the hips and the legs are very important in Taekwondo, so we want to make sure that we get that nice and warmed up. Next one, from here, we're going to go all the way up to neck rotations. Same thing, we're going to go from here all the way around for 5 seconds, then we're going to alternate sides for 5 seconds. Now, after that's done, we're going to go to our next stretching. As a side note, in Asian culture, ballistic stretching and static stretching are the most dominant forms of stretching because dynamic stretching is sort of a new idea to them, and martial arts dates back thousands and thousands of years. So it's hard to break tradition like that. But so many places still include ballistic stretching into their stretching. So from here, first of many stretches, we're going to do the standing toe touches. From here, we're going to go straight down. We're just going to sort of balance a little bit. Get our hands and palms to touch the floor. If you can't do that, you can make your fist or you can make your fingers touch the floor. But the maximum you want to try is to get your palms to touch the floor. After the ballistic stretching for about 10 to 15 seconds, we're going to grab our ankles and we're going to try to make our head touches our leg. We try to maintain maximum flexibility, so we have to reach all the way forward. Make sure your head touches your legs, and that way you can get maximum flexibility. This stretches out the hamstrings, the lower back, and your gluteus maximus, and your gastrocnemius. Now, after that, we're going to go sit down with your legs straight. This is sitting toe touches. From here, same idea. You're just going to reach forward, try to get your head to touch your legs with the ballistic stretch. You're going to head touch, head touch for about 10 to 15 seconds. After that, we're going to do our static stretching. From here, you're going to grab your heels, and you're going to try to make your head touch your legs. Head touch your legs, and after that, we're going to hold it for about, let's say, 20 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds, and we're going to come straight up. Now, we're going to put our left leg over our right, and we're going to do ankle rotations. This helps with the same thing like the knee bends, it helps create movement around the ankles, and we're going to 5 seconds one direction, and then we're gonna alternate sides for 5 seconds. After this, we're gonna ballistic stretch all the way forward. We're gonna reach forward, stretch out our hamstrings. We're gonna reach forward, try to touch our toes. And from here, we're gonna put our right hand on our knee, our left hand around our ankle. We're gonna grab our legs, and we're just gonna lift it straight up from here. This stretches out the hamstrings. This also stretches out the inner thighs. This is a really good stretch. It's almost like a split. It's a half split. This is another good stretch we do. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Rotate our ankles, then we're gonna reach forward, and then we're gonna grab our legs, and we're gonna reach straight up this way. Stretching out our hamstrings, our calves, and our inner thighs. Good. After we do this, we put whatever leg we just used, and we put it straight back behind us. We're gonna come straight up from here, and we're gonna reach all the way forward. Again, ballistic stretching. We're gonna make our head touch your legs, and we're gonna bounce that way for about 10 to 15 seconds. We're gonna go 1, 2, all the way up to 15 seconds. And after we're done, we're gonna go dynamic stretching. Head touch your legs. Just like that, every time. I tell my students, every time your head must touch something. And I prefer your legs. We're gonna hold that for about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna switch sides. We're gonna do our right leg now. Ballistic stretching first, about 10 to 15 seconds. And then after that, we're gonna reach forward, head touch your leg, almost like we're lying prone. Head touch the leg, we're gonna hold it for about 30 seconds. This, if you notice, we're stretching a lot of the thigh areas because Taekwondo is a martial art based on kicking. It's based a lot of leg movement. So we want to make sure that we stretch every single muscle in our legs. Now, after we do the stretch, we're gonna move on straight to splits. Our first splits that we do, it's called it's side split or horizontal splits. You're gonna stand in a crouching position, your hand on the floor, and you're just gonna kick straight out. Kick straight out. Your body has to be almost parallel to the floor. Your heels have to be pointed out, your toes above the ground. Granted, I'm not as flexible as I used to be when I was younger, but it's always good to do this stretch. This is the most important stretches in all of martial arts. There is no martial arts where we don't do this stretch. This is to maintain maximum flexibility. This is where you get the height, where you're able to kick them in the head, kick them in the face, and do whatever you want. This is your full range of motion right here. Another level that we do, right on your elbows, to keep your body balanced. We're gonna keep our body balanced, and we're gonna hold this position for about 1 minute. We're gonna hold this position for about 1 minute, and we're gonna come straight back up. We're gonna do it one more time. I always do everything twice. So we're gonna go once, there, right into our splits. We're gonna hold it again for 1 minute. Then we're gonna do a second split. This is called vertical splits or front splits. We're gonna move straight onto our left side. Our left hand is gonna move over our leg, and we're gonna move there. This stretches out the hamstrings. This stretches out the inner thighs. This stretches out the hip flexors, and your obliques. We're gonna sort of lean forward so that way we can get as close to the ground as possible. After holding this for 1 minute, we're gonna switch sides. And it's the same thing, hamstrings, obliques, adductors, hip flexors, everything. We're stretching this whole portion of our body. And after that, we're gonna come straight back to the middle for another minute. And right after that, we're gonna sit down, spread eagle. Our legs are open as wide as we can, and we're just gonna push as far as we can. Try to still maintain maximum flexibility. For those who are my more flexible students, they're able to become one line. That's our goal, to become one line on the floor. Now we're gonna lift our hands up, and we're gonna go straight down to the left side. Our head is gonna be touching our left leg. Remember, everything has to be touching something. So our head's gonna touch our left leg. We're gonna do that static stretching for about 30 seconds. Then we're gonna go to the other side. We're gonna do it for another 30 seconds. And last stretch, we're gonna put our hands straight up, and we're gonna reach all the way forward, trying to make our chest touch the floor, or at the minimum, our head to touch the floor. So that way, this is our full stretching motion. We try to make our chest to touch the floor or our heads. And after we hold that for about a minute, we bring our legs in and we go to our butterfly position, where our feet are clasped together, our knees are close to the floor, and you're just gonna bounce your legs. I stress this enough. Whenever you do any type of splits or any type of super flexible stretching, I recommend doing butterflies right after, because this stretches out the inner thighs and it keeps it warm and it keeps it flexible. It stretches out the groin, it stretches out your adductors, It's a really great stretch if you're going to be doing splits. And after we do splits, you're going to grab your ankles, hands on your knees, and you're just going to reach forward as far as you can. And we're going to come straight back up after 30 seconds. Now, for our next stretch, we're going to be on our knees. From here, we're going to have our hands up, and we're just going to lean back. We're lying perfectly flat along the floor, lying supine. And we're going to come straight up after 30 seconds. And this is from our another type of stretching. It's also a yoga stretch. We're going to lay prone right on our stomachs. This is called cobra stance. When you're from here, you're going to put your hands along your waist. You're going to push straight up. Look as far up as you can towards the ceiling. You kind of look like a king cobra. Hence the name cobra stance. And we're going to hold this position for about 10 to 15 seconds. And we're going to come straight down. One more time. We're going to come straight up. 10 to 15 seconds. And then we're going to go straight down. And then after that, we're going to stand up. We're going to do some hip rotations. We're just going to rotate our hips along the sagittal plane. We're just going to rotate our hips so that way we can have our body perfectly warmed up and we can move on to our next onto our workout. This is my partner here. He's instructor Aaron. He helps teach us sometimes. And for our workouts, I'm just going to be showing you the basic things that we do and why flexibility is so important in martial arts and how intense it can get at times. So our first workout, I'm going to give you a little breakdown. First, we're going to do what's called a roundhouse kick. Then we're going to do what's called a hammer kick. Then we're going to do a front kick. And then we're going to show you a little bit of speed workouts that we do sometimes. So to show you how intense it can get. So let's get started. Here, we're going to do our first kick, our roundhouse kick. We'll start with my left leg. Here. Kick. And then back. Put it down. Here. Kick. And then back. Put it down. Now, put it higher. See where the flexibility comes in. Here. Headshot. All the way up. Put it back down. Up. Down. Good. Now we're going to switch legs. Now we're going to do our right leg from here. Body shots. 1. Good. Body shot again. 2. Good. Here. Headshot. 3. Good. Last one. Ready? Set. Go. Good. That's it. Basic enough. Now, this is my favorite kick. This is flexible of all kicks. The hammer kick. Where you bring it straight up, right on top of their head, and you bring it straight down. So I'm going to be demonstrating hammer kick with my right leg, or I'll do my left leg. So you do our left leg. Here we go straight up, straight down. Ready? Set. Go. Up, straight down. All the way down. Ready? Set. Straight up, straight down. One more time. Ready? Set. Go. Good. Now we're going to switch legs. From here, straight up, straight down. Just like that. Ready? Set. Go. Good. Ready? Set. Go. Good. Ready? Set. Go. Good. That was hammer kick. Now we're going to be doing a little bit of a workout. This is one of my favorite workouts to ever do with the kids because it enhances speed, it's endurance, and it's a lot of cardio, and it makes you a lot faster. So we're going to be doing what's called roundhouse kick training. So I'm going to do 10 roundhouse kicks as fast as you can. If you remember from my little warm-up with the low roundhouse kick, this time it's all to the body. We're going to be doing about 10 as fast as we can. Usually I do about 4 to 5 sets, so that's about 50 kicks. And I try to make it as minimal time as possible, so about 50 kicks in about a minute and a half or less. So I'm just going to be doing 10 for the sake of time. So I'm going to be demonstrating the 10 roundhouse kicks. So we're going into our fight position. Let's good. 10 as fast as you can. Good. And that's about 10, and we do that set about 5 times. After our workout, it varies upon the days. It does vary a lot. There's sparring days, there's kicking days, and there's days we do form. That way, every workout we do is not the same thing over and over, but there is a schedule that we have to follow. And after we do our workout, we move on to our cool down. Again, in Asian culture, Asian cultures don't really believe in a true cool down where in most sports, Western mostly, there's a little jog at the end, or there's a little thing that they do at the end to relax their body, and to make sure that they don't injure themselves. Of course, they still believe the same things, that stretching is really important because it It stretches the muscle, it increases blood flow, and it prevents injuries when you're working out. But for the cool down, it's quite the opposite. All martial arts in Asian cultures, they meditate after every workout, and the meditation is very simple. You're kneel. You're gonna be in a kneeling position, and you're gonna sit right on top of your Achilles. You can either sit with your heel or your feet in a plantar flexion, or you can have it in a dorsiflexion this way. Usually for lower rankings, they have to sit in a plantar flexion. So I'm going to be demonstrating the plantar flexion. From the side view, this is how the meditation should look like. Your hands are on a fist, on your knees, your back is perfectly straight, chin down, but not head down. So our chin's down, our eyes are closed, and we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And after a minute of meditation, we open our eyes and we stand back up and we wait for class to end. Why meditate? There is one reasoning that Asian cultures have decided upon, is that your body is a network of energy. If you prefer the term qi, there's a qi energy flowing throughout your body. It starts from here. It starts from your nose, where you inhale, and it flows through your body to the top of your head. And if you turn around, it travels down your spine, up to here, through your body, up to your solar plexus. And when you breathe out, it travels backwards, up your spine to the top of your head, and out your nose. That's to help regulate your body. Because in competitions, when you're fighting and you're sparring in your matches, it's very long rounds. It's a minute and a half of multiple rounds. Maybe 2 rounds. Maybe you have 5 fights and you have to do 2 rounds each time. Maybe 1 minute and a half, or maybe 3 minutes, depending on the judges. That way, you have to learn how to control your breathing, and you have to learn how to control your heart rate. Because if your heart rate's always up while you're fighting, it's a really dangerous thing, because you're losing a lot of water. Your body's heating up really fast, and you might have heat exhaustion, or you might pass out. That way, meditating helps you relax your body during the fight. When you're fighting and your body's all worked up, you have to learn how to breathe and control the qi energy in your body, or control and regulate your body, your heartbeat, as to relax, because it's always better to be relaxed during a competition. And that's it for my flexibility project. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Kyle Lee at US Black Belt Taekwondo Center. And if you ever want to come and see what we do, please come. We're on Azusa and Aroma, right next to Marokai Market, and it's always fun to have people just watch and stop by. Make sure if you ever get anything from this video, make sure you try to follow our stretches, because for the most part, they do really make you flexible, and it's very vital to your body. So thank you for watching this video.